Hey guys, Caleb here from the Pieces Engineering team, and today I'm here to show you guys a little bit about our JupyterLab extension. Now, just for some introduction purposes, if you don't know about Pieces, you can definitely read about us on our website, pieces.app, but the 5-second explanation is we are essentially an AI-enabled productivity tool optimized for developers. So yeah, once again, this is about the JupyterLab extension, so jumping right into it, I'll go ahead and show you guys how you can install the JupyterLab extension. And it's as simple as one terminal command. It's just a pip install Jupyter-pieces. And I already have it installed, which is okay. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and take you guys into JupyterLab now. So yeah, here we are in JupyterLab. It's just loading up. And yeah, if I go over to the extension manager over here, you can see there's the Jupyter-pieces extension in my extension manager. And over here on the right-hand side, you can see this very familiar pieces icon. And if you open it up, you see your snippets, as well as this tab over here, which we're going to get to. This is the Copilot tab. So if I go ahead and open up one of my notebooks, I like using this one. So yeah, this is a notebook which is highly relevant to what you might be doing inside of JupyterLab. This is a machine learning notebook, so for any of you data scientists out there, I'm sure you can recognize some of this kind of code. But yeah, the first feature that I wanted to show you guys is called ASCO Pilot. ASCO Pilot's a very nice feature. It just makes it very simple to interact with your code and an LLM within whatever integration you're using, whether it's JupyterLab, VS Code, etc. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and highlight this code here. Right-click it to open the context menu, and then I'm going to click on Ask Pieces about your selection, and it'll show me this window. It asks me for a query. I'm just going to go ahead and say, what is the purpose of Onyx and Beam search? And yeah, as you can see, it pulled me over to Copilot, and using GPT 3.5 Turbo, it went ahead and answered my question. It explained to me what Onyx is, explained to me what Beam search is. Very, very nice, very nice. So yeah, it's definitely a very useful feature. As you can see, it's just super easy to just move some code and give it to the LLM, and then basically just ask questions about it. You can modify your code. You can really do whatever a GPT kind of LLM would do. And what's really nice about this is you don't have to go and you don't have to copy and paste your code into some other either browser tab or some other application. You're able to do all of this right inside of JupyterLab, which is great. So yeah, the next thing that I wanted to show you guys was I wanted to show a little bit about how you could use the Pieces JupyterLab extension to basically generate code for you in order to use inside of your projects. So yeah, using the same conversation here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask another question. I'm going to say, can you show me some general examples on how to test and evaluate an Onyx Beam search model? So yeah, it's going to go ahead and it's going to generate me a whole bunch of code that I can use. And yeah, so if I just go ahead and I click on one of these cells to focus it, and then I scroll up and I click this little button right here, as you can see, it went ahead and it inserted that code directly into the code cell that I had selected. This is a really nice feature because you're able to quickly move back and forth, move code in, and it really just kind of smoothens the whole experience of using one of these chatbots or using one of these co-pilots, so to speak, within your JupyterLab workflow. So yeah, going on, I have a couple more features to show. The next one that I wanted to show you guys is something that is definitely very important to the Pieces strategy on how we've approached this kind of Copilot experience, and that is with context. So whenever a developer is using an LLM in their workflow, oftentimes it's very, very important to send over some sort of what's called context to the LLM in order for the LLM to basically understand a little bit more about what exactly you're doing, what exactly the error is, etc. A lot of us are copying, pasting code in pieces. It's just built directly into the experience. And this prevents certain things like hallucinations. It just really just improves the accuracy of these models. So showing off how you can add context, all you have to do is you have to click this button down here. And as you can see, you can add files, you can add folders, you can add snippets, and you can even add messages from a particular conversation as context. Now what I'm going to show today is I'm going to show how you can add a snippet. So if I just go over to the Snippets tab and I click on the Add button, and I'm just going to click the checkbox on one of these snippets that I want to use as context. We can even open it up to view the code. You can see it's just defining this execute function. Basically, this is how you can execute code in a code cell inside of JupyterLab. Cool stuff. If you want to build a JupyterLab extension, you could use a snippet like this. Yeah, and then I'm just going to scroll down and I'm going to click the Save button. So as you can see, if I open this back up, and I'm at the Snippets tab, you can see that this snippet is now added as context. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to say, how can I execute code in the given session? So yeah, it's just telling me very simply that using the execute function that was defined inside of that snippet, which we can go ahead and show again. That's as simple as that. You just use that execute function and boom, you're able to execute code. And if I hop back over here and I show you this code, it's just very simply using this function. So yeah, it's very, very nice. You can just really have the model basically just understand what your goal is, what exactly your project looks like, what functions are available to you, etc., etc. It's a really, really powerful tool. Now, moving on to the last but not least feature that I did want to show you guys is basically our local model capabilities. So we have a few models that you can use locally, and if you wanted to select one, you just click on this button up here where it says GPT 3.5, and as you can see, I have GPT 3.5 selected. You can select from GPT-4, etc., etc. There's tons of models that you can use. So if I just go to On Device and I click on Llama 2, and I'm going to use the 7 billion parameter GPU model. I'm running this on an M1 Mac Pro, so it does have an integrated GPU. If your machine doesn't have an integrated GPU, it'd probably be better off to use the normal 7 billion parameter model, given that you have the correct resources to run this. So yeah, I'm just going to click this button, and I have the Llama 2 GPU selected. And just to kind of show this off and really drive this point home that this is a truly offline experience, I can go ahead and go over here and I can disable Wi-Fi. So now my machine has absolutely no connectivity. Might as well be on an airplane, on a desert island, whatever you want. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to ask it the same exact thing just to kind of compare the type of response that you might get from Llama 2 versus a GPT 3.5 response. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And it's loading the model into memory now. This takes a second because it is about a 6 GB memory overload. And yeah, here we go. It's using Llama 2 to generate this. I'm completely offline. Looks like it might have gotten a little bit confused there, but you know, that's just kind of how using these models goes, especially locally. But yeah, really, really excellent feature. A lot of this powerful functionality is available on your own device offline. You know, you can choose from multiple models. You can add whatever context you want. You can use it to generate code within your projects, and you can even still, it's all just a very seamless experience using things like ASCO Pilot, using things like the insert code button. Really, all of this is put together to just kind of make the experience of using a Copilot inside of JupyterLab just really, really seamless and really, really pleasant and hopefully super helpful for all you guys that are using it. So yeah, thank you very much. Once again, I've had an amazing time building this for all of you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. But yeah, definitely leave a comment on the next feature that you would like to see out of JupyterLab. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.